Hey, what's up, guys? This is your Avatar Profile. Welcome to the movie film. This movie review. And today's movie review, I got a movie review of the new horror movie, which is this came out last in 10, which is something I did not see in the theaters in this time. And yeah, and that's what. This one review is the new horror franchise that be on Evil Dead Bird. Evil Dead Bird is the sixth stone of the Evil Dead franchise. Yeah, we don't know who was I'm an Evil Dead fan was besides as what the common the Evil Dead fan. So in this movie, Evil Dead One and Evil Dead Birds is divided this focus got a woman who's possessed with them and got come crossroads in the haunted house. And this guy comes with a book of the dead and this time anyways where this time where this woman is trying to know who all people has possessed about her come to evil. Yeah, the evil. And always in this time the one to know before knowing who is make you keep it safe. Yeah. That's one way to talk about for the Evil Dead Bird. Evil Dead Bird. So yeah, I know I got great reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. I really got 71% of Rotten Tomatoes. That was pretty interesting. I was say, which when we also who's Evil Dead fan of franchise besides the same name as true to end of the 2014 remake and Evil Dead Rise, which I enjoyed the TV show called As Was Evil Dead was coming back to 2013. I have fun with it. It's kind of funny. With the coming Evil Dead fan was well, I'm excited. I mean, probably my Evil Dead fan with my fan is goes to Evil Dead 2. And always besides as the first one by the same way. So both Evil Dead 1 and 2 is a classic. All the dark days, honestly I like it, but they ain't it. Yeah. It was okay, but Aubrey Daughter's point is one of the good Evil Dead's directed by the same women. And the 2015 remake, which I love the Evil Dead 2015. I think it's Evil Dead 2015. I think it's one of the most underrated horror remakes of all time. Besides the Friday the 13th, Dawn of the Dead, and 2015 remake, Evil Dead, which I says. And 3 years ago, I just got the detail, which I did not see in the video like 3 years ago, 2023 for Evil Dead, Evil Dead Rise. So when they're gonna come, when they come and see Evil Dead Home this time, and yes, I did see trailers in there before the Winker was the moment, which is not Winker's directing this one. It always has. I believe he was in second to producer of fake. And yeah, so I'm sorry because he was too blind with some dog. You can see it in this better. Yeah, you can see it better. So, oh, the cast is pretty great in this one. The cast is great. Um, yeah, I know. Oh yeah, they was making another Evil Dead franchise, which is actually it's the prequel to the Winter for the Kingdom of Aliens, same when the Evil Dead is called Evil Dead Wings, which is coming in 2028. Wow, it's getting closer after this one, which is also came out in 2026. Probably my top was best homework that came this year. I still want to go homework in the year. Besides like Wake the moment obsessed, they will kill you. 20 years later, the ball to egg. This one and both was. Yeah, I seen the one good homework that came out this year. Oh yeah, I almost forgot Squid sang it. I almost forgot Squid sang it. That's for sure. So yeah, overall, even that book. You gotta say, even that book was a fantastic. Yeah, I'm serious. This movie was a fantastic. That was one of the best Evil Dead franchise, besides as the second one and the first one. Yeah, probably I'm a big Evil. I mean, 'cause I'm a Evil Dead fan who's people say who's the Evil Dead fan. I'm not gonna get spoiled in this one. I'm not gonna get spoiled. So I cannot forget the detail which I believe it's a C-Table 22, which has got the fuel care, there was a Blu-ray, there was a Steelbooks, and then he's got the detail. Yep, you can see this test my friend. So overall, Evil Dead Book was a fantastic and awesome movie. That was one of the best horror movies that came out this year so far. Probably the Who Goes Movement top West best horror movie that came out this year so far. So I'm gonna rate Evil Dead Bird 5 out of 5 stars. I would say it's also always a 10 out of 10. Fantastic. You guys who are not interested in it, I know the people that get crappy at the bits like even that was on 2014 even that. Because I think it's an outperforming gum. So I believe even that best goes to 2015, even that the 2015 remake or reboot, whenever it's there. So let's watch my review of the Evil Dead Bird. You guys please have photo clicking and subscribe. See you next time during my movie review of the Evil Dead Bird, which came out this year. See you next time.